It was supposed to be a routine solo camp in the English woods. Just a guy, a tent, and some motion-activated cat balls he brought along, just in case. But when the spirits actually start responding, routine goes out the window. So, what happened? Tonight's first video comes from Paranormal Walks, a UK channel that blends wild camping with real-time paranormal investigation. The creator heads into remote forests alone, minimal gear, spirit communication equipment, and a habit of documenting whatever decides to document him back. The footage exists, so here we are. It's June 10th, 2024, Cannock Chase, England. Thick woodland, deliberately chosen for its isolation.
We've done a wild camp a few weeks back. I just never videoed it. I've done quite a few. I just never thought about videoing it until now. Maybe I brought the ghost hunting stuff with me just in case. You know, my glasses keep falling off my face.
Setting up a joint livestream experiment with fellow investigator Paul from Ranger Packs when the motion-activated cat balls start flashing in the pitch black. No contact, no trigger he can identify, and simultaneously, disembodied whispering, close enough that he starts calling out repeatedly that he means no harm. The equipment is responding to something the camera can't show.
I think I heard a McDonald's song then. Or a whistle, something anyway. Spirits, do you make this cat ball? Spirits, do you make this cat ball? Spirits, can you make this? What? It doesn't hurt. Just need you to do that. Just to prove that you're around.
Sleeping bag, cameras off. He's startled awake in the dead of night by heavy rustling directly against the outside of his tent walls. Loud, continuous, right up against the nylon. Animal or otherwise. No way to know until morning.
A piece of paracord with, I think it was a piece of wood, shaved piece of wood. Hanging from a tree. So I didn't notice it last night. I didn't notice it first thing this morning. Only when I was doing my clear up one more time, I noticed it. Look at that. Somewhere over there. That's where I was. As I head down here, this is the spot, just where the trees are, over the path. Something marching towards me. Feels completely different in the day. It's lovely, to be honest, in the daytime around Castle Ring.
Morning sweep, and he finds it, hanging from a branch directly above where his tent stood. A piece of paracord tied to a deliberately shaved token of wood. He walked right under it, setting up the night before. Slept directly beneath it. Never saw it. Motion sensors triggering with nothing near them. Whispers in the dark. A phantom sound from the trees ahead. Rustling against the tent walls at midnight. And a carved token hanging directly overhead that was either placed there while he slept or was there the entire time without him noticing. Neither option is particularly comfortable. He treks a mile back through heavy brambles to his car and reflects on the anxiety of the night. Wild camping alone is his regular hobby. Cannock chase with ghost hunting equipment is something else entirely. He has no desire to call out to the spirits by himself ever again. But honestly, that was way too close for comfort. Dartmoor National Park doesn't look threatening on a map, just hills, grass, and some old stone buildings. But when the fog rolls in heavy and the sun goes down, those open moors become a labyrinth with no exit. The second video tonight comes from Gone a Little Wild, a British outdoor channel that films solo treks, gear tests, and family camps across the UK's most dramatic landscapes. Think Dartmoor, windburn, wet boots, and the kind of authentic suffering that makes for good viewing. He made it out with the footage. It's November 2nd, 2022. Dartmoor National Park, near Princetown. A father and son camping beside the abandoned Nuns Cross farmhouse.
Yeah, fog's definitely rolling in. So Tyler, what have you got to show us that's going to keep these evil spirits at bay?
This.
Oh yeah? That works?
A pumpkin boy.
Yeah, a pumpkin. Now it's Halloween.
Yay.
There we go. No Halloween wild camp would be complete without a pumpkin.
After dark, they try trekking back up to the farmhouse. The mist is so extraordinarily dense that the father completely loses his bearings. He admits it on camera. Can't see the building at all. No idea which direction they're walking. 2 people. 0 visibility. Open moorland where the ground can drop away without warning.
About the residents of Nuns Cross Farm at the time. Just that the story begins one dark, cold and foggy wintry night, a lot like tonight. And the farmer and his wife awoke to the sound of their cattle in distress. The farmer's wife headed out into the fields alone to check on their cattle, only never to return and never be seen again. Well, not alive anyway. Some say, on nights just like these, they have seen her roaming the moors, looking for her way home, and her cries for help can be heard whispering on the night wind. Is the story true? Who knows? We didn't see or hear anything unusual, but then again, with all the messing around, I don't think we would have noticed anyway. It's by the little gate off to the side, and there's a stone with a sword and a shield in it. Well, no, it's a stone set in the wall. You know, like a big stone like this. Yeah, set in the wall with a stone and a shield. But it's supposed to be in the wall. It might be covered in moss by now, who knows, I don't know. Did we come this way to get here? Yeah, this is how.
Standing in the pitch black outside the stone building, the father shares the local legend. A former farmer's wife who went missing in a winter fog, just like this one, never seen alive again. Travelers claim to still hear her whispers and cries on the night wind. He's telling this story while surrounded by the exact conditions that made her disappear. The fog isn't just backdrop here, it's the point.
The farmer's wife going missing. Haunting and roaming the moor is true, because I'm pretty sure there's somebody outside my tent shaking it all night last night. So it does make you wonder if that old tale is true. I think she's still out there now. Pack it in. Give it a rest. Oh, this isn't going to be fun.
Morning reflection on the night. Worst weather he's ever faced on Dartmoor. Ferocious gales shaking the shelter relentlessly. The movement felt so deliberate, so sustained, that he genuinely started wondering if something was outside working on the tent specifically. Wind? Almost certainly. But in conditions like those, on a moor with that history, the imagination doesn't wait for certainty. They wake to a brief break in the rain, but the gale continues. No elaborate breakfast. Pack fast, leave no trace, urgent hike back to the car before the storm closes back in. The smartest survival skill on Dartmoor is sometimes just knowing when to stop. The fog created the isolation. The legend created the fear. The wind did the rest, whether it was weather or something else shaking that tent. The result was the same. No sleep, maximum anxiety, early exit. Yeah, I'm good on haunted farmhouses for a while. What makes two mates choose to spend a November night drinking beers in woods so dense they can't see 10 feet in front of them? For Tom and Rob from Pitched Up, it's the thrill of stealth camping, cheap gear tests, and the kind of lad banter that disappears the moment the woods start laughing back. The third video tonight comes from Pitched Up, a UK outdoor channel built on raw, unscripted camping between two mates. They drink beers, cook basic rations, brave unpredictable British woods, and keep a strict leave, no trace ethos. A forest at night with these two usually means banter and hangover stories. This time, it meant something else. Let's take a look.
Ramo, when we got there, we had to wait for a space.
They wait out the daytime crowds with beers as the sun drops. Car park was packed when they arrived. Woodland that quiets down as night falls. Deceptively normal. Just two lads, some drinks, and the darkness closing in around them.
Mate, you need to just get over it. Just embrace it. Something in the woods just laughed at you. Yeah, there you go. He's holding his breath.
You did not work. Alright, off, mate.
Rob tries various angles to cure the hiccups while Tom films. The tension from the mimic lingers over everything. Rob becomes visibly annoyed, the specific annoyance of someone who suspects they're being mocked by something they can't see and can't confront. The banter turns defensive rather than funny.
Oh, that, isn't it? There's some really loud bangs going on. Sounds like fireworks, yeah. They are big bangs, aren't they?
Yeah.
Can you hear these bangs? Because all of the big towns, bonfires around here have happened already. It's not a bonfire night, mate. There you go.
That is a loud bang, bro.
Settling back around the fire, another massive isolated bang, closed this time, right at the perimeter. It cuts through the conversation completely, and neither of them picks it back up for a moment. Whatever's been making those sounds isn't finished. Mimicking sounds from the darkness, explosive thuds shaking the woods at intervals, two lads leaning harder on the than originally planned. They make it through the night, pitch the tents properly, leave no trace. Morning brings its own problem, a substantial hangover. Rob feeling rough and cold, gear review quietly dropped. They pack fast and retreat to civilization. If that was me, I'd have been gone at the first mimic. But that's the thing about these two. They stay when logic says run. The woods were clearly aware of them. They camped anyway. You've probably driven past a rest area and thought nothing of it. Just a place to stretch your legs, maybe eat a sandwich, then keep rolling. Most people don't camp in the woods nearby. Most people don't hear those woods answer back. So, what happened? The fourth video tonight comes from Oreo Speedwagon R/T, a van life channel run by Tommy Maloney, his partner Rachel, and their dog Badger. They document camping trips across the United States. Usually it's cooking videos and scenic shots. Sometimes it's not. It's April 21st, 2022, southern Oklahoma.
Green and the howls. We're at roughly the same place that we heard something howling before, where somebody tried to get in the van. Storm coming in.
Yeah.
And we're sitting here just having a conversation, and something back over that way is howling.
Yeah.
There are no dogs that way. And it's not a dog barking, it's a loud howl. I don't hear it now.
Yeah.
But there was a howl. There was a loud, long, a few of them drawn out,
Yeah.
like roaring. Same thing I heard before. Same exact thing I heard before.
Oh, that's Badger. Okay.
Sitting in the van talking when massive deep howling erupts from the dark trees. Tommy freezes. He recognizes this sound. They're in roughly the same wildlife area where something previously tried to break into their van. The long drawn-out roaring is identical to that encounter. Deep, booming, completely wrong for anything native to Oklahoma that he's ever heard.
Hey! Are you okay? Do you want back in? Here, get in. Get in. Get in the van. I was gonna do a camping cook for y'all tonight. Gonna make this a... That is howling. What is that? I don't like it. No, no, no. I don't like that.
I don't know what that
Because that one's louder.
Yep. There it goes.
Nope. I don't know what that is.
What is that?
That is enough. That's enough to make me leave. That is enough to make me go somewhere else. Because it is.
Then the realization lands. This isn't one animal. Massive vocalizations start echoing from completely opposite sides of the woods. One from the right front of the van, another from the deep brush directly behind them. Surrounded. Multiple unknown entities filling the darkness from different positions simultaneously. Whatever this is, it's coordinating. The woods go quiet around 11 p.m., just crickets and rain as the storm rolls through. Rachel sleeps to recover. Tommy stays awake reflecting on what he heard. Whatever was out there in those Oklahoma woods wasn't native wildlife, and he knows it. He refuses to leave permanently, though. Closes the vlog, promising to come back and investigate properly. What makes someone return to the exact same woods where something crushed their tent with a cinder block? For Bear, it's the same thing that keeps anyone hunting for answers. The need to know if it was real, or if the mind plays tricks in the dark. Either way, he's back. So, what happened? The fifth video tonight comes from Exploring with Bear, a channel where solo truck camping meets cryptid investigation. Bear builds fires, cooks meals, and spends long nights in places tied to Bigfoot lore. Usually it's quiet, usually. It's November 28, 2024, Berlin Lake, Ohio. Famous in cryptid circles as the site of Matt Moneymaker's first Bigfoot sighting.
What's up, fam? Welcome back to another adventure. If you're new to the channel, I'm Jer Bear, and for today's adventure, we are truck camping in probably one of the most terrifying places I could be truck camping. But there has been a lot that happened here previously. For one, there was something outside the tent making all kinds of racket, growling. I think there was even growling and crap, man. And I was so freaking scared. I had my little pew-pew out and everything. Anyway, I did leave right after that. Soon as the coast was clear, I got out of here. I left. I come back to retrieve the tent sometime later, and it was jacked. It was like had rips in it and crap. There was a cinder block thrown on top of it. So I don't know. We did do some Bigfoot calls, some Bigfoot knocks. We'd put out some apples and stuff that night, but I don't feel like it was Bigfoot, my boy.
Struggling to get the campfire going when a sharp cracking noise shatters the marshy silence. Nothing natural about its timing. Bear freezes and scans the tree line without moving.
Happy crap. I keep seeing these flashes of light. Just really fast. Like I thought I was seeing stuff earlier. But I know I just seen that.
His eyes aren't playing tricks. Another brief, unnatural illumination flickers between the trees. Persistent, deliberate. He urgently prioritizes finishing the food so he can get to the truck.
What was that? Where's my flash? Look at my eyes.
Food moved inside, doors locked, and immediately, heavy, rapid footsteps moved directly past the stationary vehicle. Something large, moving fast, right alongside the truck.
I just threw that rag on the ground, and I heard hello from like behind me. What in the world? That light don't do nothing. Do you see? I don't see any lights out there. Doors are locked. That sounded like hello. I mean, maybe it wasn't hello, but it sounded something, said something right outside. I'm not opening the door to look.
He stays locked inside, processes what he just heard. The voice sounded exactly like a person trying to get his attention. Nature doesn't replicate human language with that kind of deliberate precision. He knows what he heard. preparing blankets for the freezing night, getting the night vision camera ready, and a loud, heavy thud echoes through the cab. Something strikes the exterior of the truck. He doesn't open the door. Night vision running, blankets on. He outlasts the intimidation until morning light. A voice at your window saying hello in the dark. That's not curiosity. That's something else entirely making a decision about whether to introduce itself. 6 p.m. The vlogger sits in silence, absorbing the woods. The bluebells are blooming, the birds are singing, and the modern world feels very far away. He thinks he has enough time to settle in, get comfortable, and make it through the night at peace with nature. But darkness has a way of speeding up when you're somewhere you shouldn't be. The sixth and final video tonight comes from Touring 360, a UK-based channel doing virtual walking tours, scenic hikes, and beginner-friendly wild camping. Usually it's drone shots of Kent and London landmarks. It's May 31st, 2025, Pluckley, Kent. A village in the British countryside surrounded by dense woodland that has a reputation it hasn't entirely earned. Until now.
I was just sitting there for about 10 minutes in absolute silence. I wasn't filming, I wasn't doing anything, I was just sitting and listening and watching. And it takes a little while, you know, it takes a little while to get into the sort of the mode of just not doing anything and sort of becoming part of the woods. But once you do, it's a completely different feeling. You know, I think we're always rushing around. You know, in the modern world, everyone's rushing to do stuff. I'm always rushing to do stuff, or I'm trying to film, or I'm trying to, you know, set things up. But to just sit and do absolutely nothing but listen and watch, I mean, it's
The peaceful surroundings stay intact, except for the movements, subtle, unidentifiable, shifting between the trees in the distance. He admits it openly, sees things he can't explain. The forest is still beautiful. It's just also paying attention to him now.
scary. You just don't know what's out there.
Inside the tent, fire dying down outside. Silence. Then it shatters. Distinct repetitive banging from somewhere out there in the dark. He lies completely still, listening, unable to place the source or the distance. That specific tension of counting the seconds between sounds and hoping the interval stays the same. He wakes 5 or 6 times, makes it to dawn. Birdsong returns. Morning coffee, gear adjustments noted for next time. The forest lets him leave. Not every camper in Pluckley gets that. The woods issued a warning and then went quiet, which is its own particular kind of unsettling when you think about what quiet means out here. But honestly, that was way too close for comfort. That's it for tonight. If you watched all the way to the end, you're either very brave or you made some questionable life choices. Either way, like and subscribe, hit the bell, and click one of the videos on screen. I'll be back soon with more reasons to stay indoors. See you then. And if you made it this far, there was a hidden word somewhere in tonight's video. Drop it in the comments if you caught it.